Thank you guys so much for joining us. I don't know whether to say this afternoon or this evening because I'm in Saskatchewan, Morgan's in Saskatchewan, and we're only 4 o'clock here. So thank you for joining us, whether it be afternoon or evening for you. Morgan's going to be talking to us today about EFT tapping, and I'm super excited for her to bring all this information to you guys. If you do have questions, feel free to type it into the Zoom if that's where you are, and then also into Facebook. I'm going to kind of jump back and forth looking if there's questions there, but take it away, Morgan.
All right. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Morgan Wasylyk. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I was just kind of giggling to myself. My heart's just racing. For whatever reason, technology is just like this whole new thing for me. And it's like, you know, you could put me in front of a whole workshop or whatever, and I would feel cool as a cucumber. But right now I'm just like, oh my goodness. Is nerve-wracking.
Well, you don't really know who's watching you, right? And that's the biggest thing. So yes, we can hear you great, Morgan, by the way.
Yeah, it's different for sure, but I am really, really so grateful to be here. And not only that, I just feel so inspired by this whole movement, especially this theme of we see you. And it just like, it hits me so much that we can collectively come together and feel the love, feel the support. And I love that you mentioned the documentary Heal. It really resonates with me. It felt like it was almost my story being told. And I love that we can come here and find a bit of relief, find a little bit of trust in this crazy journey, and yeah, heal those layers that are going on within us. So again, my name's Morgan. I'm a mentor and I'm a coach, and I'm all about helping people come to their truest and most authentic way of living. And again, I'm so honored to be here, and I feel really connected to it because I feel like if we're all on this journey regarding fertility, most of us probably feel like we have to fix ourselves and do so much to really feel like we're healthy and like we can conceive. And I know from my own journey, it was a really almost torturous state to be in, because it was really hard to be in the moment and enjoy your life when you feel like you're constantly trying to fix yourself and to make yourself like optimally healthy. And it's great to do things to better ourselves, but I know from my own life experience that all of the good things that we do for ourselves, whether it's our diet, our exercise, working with doctors, working with naturopaths, or whatever it is that you're doing to feel healthy and well, if we don't take care of the shit that's going on in our hearts and our head, it's just not all going to jive together. And that's just been my life experience totally. So I'm really hoping that in this practice together, we can really investigate what's going on in our head and our hearts, and do it in a mindful way, that it's not like we're having knee-jerk reactions to the way that we're feeling and believing all these crazy thoughts that we sometimes get invested in that don't serve us, but rather just live from our heart and trust that life always has a way of working out in a way that is meant to be. And I know that's really hard to find faith in when you're not receiving the things that you're wanting. But again, I know from life experience, and I think you guys can all relate, that at some point down the road, we realize why things happened the way that they did. And we're, the less we can get so invested in these like limiting beliefs and fears and judgments of ourselves or our life experience, the more we can just optimally enjoy our life and really have a great experience. So, but before I kind of introduce EFT, I want you guys to just enjoy or join me in a little practice. So if you guys could you just close your eyes right now? And I want us just to get out of this mode of feeling like we need something, like we have to fix or we have to find the answers or whatever it is. And I want us just to start to breathe. So just deepen your breath a little bit. So inhale with me, exhale with me, inhale, and exhale. And you just keep breathing at your own pace, keeping your eyes closed. And this might seem kind of weird, but just go with it, okay? I want you to relax your forehead. Release any other tension in your face. Relax your jaw. Bring your tongue down from the roof of your mouth. Glide your shoulders down your back. And just breathe. Just focus on that breath. This is our time together in this sacred space to feel loved and supported. There is no room for judgment of yourself or anything. Just let things flow. If you feel emotional, that's okay. And just take some breaths. And now I just invite you to be fully present in this workshop, in this class. Nowhere else to be, nothing else to do. Focusing on just being where you are. Another deep breath. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. And I don't know if you guys will have noticed a difference within yourself just from that, but our breath is very medicinal, and being able to slow down is so important for us. Again, it can take us out of the busyness of our mind and the crazy little stories that it can spin for us, and just back into our hearts, a place where we can just trust and know that everything's going to be okay. So I haven't been interrupted, so I'm assuming that there is no questions. Is that right, Kelly? We're good?
You're good, yep.
Good to go? Okay. So within this workshop, we're really going to be trying to gain a deeper perspective with regards to the way that we're feeling and how we're living our life. So feelings are very, very purposeful, and I know that we all have things that we feel and that might cause stress in our lives. And the best way to help kind of cope, manage, and not only just cope and manage, but actually heal the way that we're thinking and experiencing our life is to really go through it. Now, I always encourage my clients to not bypass the way that they're feeling and to not suppress it or to ignore it. And so with EFT and tapping, one of the first things that we're going to be doing is really digging deep into what our internal dialogue is like, the things that we've been thinking and feeling, and maybe even digging into our life events that have shaped us in ways that have not allowed us to live our best life. Like they've caused habits of doubting ourselves. They've caused habits of feeling like we always have to be in control. Maybe we often feel anxious. Maybe we feel depressed. Maybe we feel lethargic. But there's often times that we have life events that have happened and caused certain behavior within us. This is our conditioned self. So when we tap, we're really digging into letting go of our preconditioned self and coming more into our authentic self, which again is our heart space, the place where we are able to just live our best life. So we will be digging into healing our feelings in this first round and giving them space to be heard. All feelings are valid. It's not like you're wrong in thinking the way that you think or feeling the way that you feel. There's no right or wrong to that. And so when we can actually take time to give energy that is kind of productive and meaningful and supportive to the feelings and thoughts that we're having, they don't hold such power on us, and it gives them space to be released and then to step back into ways of thinking, perspective, and feeling that are really a catalyst for just, again, living our best life. So that's one kind of the first things that we're going to be going through with this workshop. So it's really a practice of being able to witness what we're feeling, allow it, and release it. And if you guys are familiar with mindfulness whatsoever, that's what it's all about, is to be able to be the observer of your own thoughts, circumstances, on the inside and the outside. And instead of being all consumed by it, we're actually able to see what we need to see, so we can know what we need to know and do what we need to do in order to feel really, really good, right? And again, I feel like this big thing that I'm quite stuck on for this topic of fertility is finding trust and hope and faith that all is well and can be well, okay? So in the second round of tapping, we will get into replacing and coming back into our truest self. And I'm going to walk you through the steps, and we're going to do it together. Now, if we were doing one-on-one, I would be able to connect with things that are more specific to you. However, the things that I'm going to say, I would be very surprised if we didn't connect with them. So that's what we'll do there. I really encourage people to find a practice that like a mindfulness practice, or a practice that allows you to be really truly conscious. And conscious is it's your higher perspective. It's that it's just living from your best space. And if we can have a practice that takes us into that, then again, our limiting beliefs, our fears, our doubts, our judgments, all of those aren't the things that are fueling our life, opposed to this higher level of just being. So yeah, I think that's about all I want to say about that. Are we ready to talk about the actual tapping practice itself and do it together? Is that good, Kelly?
Yeah, that works. I don't see any questions. So for those of you watching on Facebook Live, I am keeping track of questions on there. So if you do have any questions for Morgan, please feel free to type them in. And for those of you on Zoom, same. Any questions, just let us know. But yes, none as of right now, Morgan.
Okay, beautiful. So we're going to talk about the actual EFT, so emotional freedom technique, or tapping itself. And so EFT is at the forefront of healing right now, and it was a total game changer for me, and it usually is for other people. So again, I want you guys to really go into this with an open mind and open heart, no judgment, set them aside for now. You can come back to them at the end of this session. But I really want you to open your hearts to fully experiencing this and being with me on this process. So EFT, or emotional freedom technique, is using both physical stimulation on the body, so tapping at certain points that are energetic hotspots. And these energetic hotspots, that when they are stimulated, and I'll show you where they are, they signal to the body that it's safe to relax. And if you guys, and which I'm sure you are all very conscious of this, that if we can decrease our level of stress, the things that can bring to us in our life it's phenomenal. You just can't beat it. So when we are stimulating these physical points, again, scientifically proven, our body naturally knows that it's safe to be where we are, and it will start to release more of the happy hormones in our body, and just allows us to, again, access a deeper level of consciousness rather than the fear-driven mind that we often have. So that's one part of it. The other part of tapping is the talking sequence. And if you're wanting to do this outside of this seminar, which I would totally encourage people to do, don't get wrapped up on what you think you should be saying. You just got to follow your heart, and the words will come. And like I said earlier, I'm all about people really authentically tapping into wisdom and truth that is for them. We don't need to seek all of these other things to heal and fix us. We have this unbelievable wisdom and knowledge within ourselves, and tapping really encourages you to take your own healing into your own hands. So the next part of tapping that I would like to kind of outline is the talking. So the talking is there's going to be a statement that we will run through. And this is the part where we really release. This is the part where we give acknowledgement, time, space, energy to the things that we're thinking and feeling. And that so we can let go of them. We can help them to surrender and make space for better things to come in. And then after that, we really come back into our truth. We come back into our highest level of ourselves, deeper state of being. And so it kind of works its way in sequences. So I'm just going to start off by teaching you the points, and then we will eventually close our eyes and do this together, okay? So I think you guys should be able to see me okay, but the first point, and I want you guys to tap this along with me, and then we'll go with it, is to tap this spot on your hand. It's just like, it's called the karate chop point. So just on your hand here, you can do right or left, it doesn't matter. That's the first one. The second one is above our brows. So I'm going to get weirdly close, and brow, brow, up from there. You've got two little hot spots. So I like to just take two fingers. Again, here's my brows, just going up and tapping right there. The next spot that we're going to tap on is going to be our temples. So you can go to both temples at the side. If you have glasses, you might want to take them off, or you can just go underneath of your frame, whatever you prefer. Our next point is going to be under our eyes, and then under our nose. Chin. And then we go to collarbone. Now for collarbone, just feel it out. You might like just using one hand, or you might like to actually use two. Each to their own. You just do what feels good to you. You don't have to copy me or worry about doing it right or wrong. Just do what feels good. The next point that not all practitioners will teach is the heart, but to me, your heart is the place where we hold wounds, and it is so good just to put some energy to that space. And I'm hoping you guys can see this. My screen for myself is a little small, but my next point is underneath like my armpits on the side, ribs. So you can do it this way, or you can cross your arms and do it that way. So it's just tapping in this space right here. And then the last point to tap is the top of the head. So again, just very quickly, hand, brows, temples, one or two, your call. Under the eyes, under the nose, chin, collarbone, heart, sides, and top of the head. Now don't worry, I'm going to cue you throughout this, so if you don't remember those right now, it's all good. I've got your back. We've got this together, okay? So again, I'll cue you, and I want you guys right now to get comfortable. So you can either be in a seat, you could be lying down, but I want you to get as comfortable as you possibly can so that you can lay and be with me. It's going to be very important that we try to keep our eyes closed. Our eyes are the only exposed part of our nervous system. So when we can close those, we again are just reassuring our minds and our bodies that it's safe to be where we're at, even if it's feeling a little bit emotional and dark. And I really want to encourage you guys to, if this feels emotional, let it go, and don't feel like it's bad to feel bad feelings. This is life, and we need to feel like it's okay to have darkness in our life and to be with it, and to know that this darkness or these intense feelings that we have are meant to be felt, and they can create, when we can feel them and let them go, it creates a lot of good space for good things to come in, okay? So I want you to feel your feels, don't avoid them. And this could be something where it feels emotional, or it might just feel good. It's such an individual practice that I can't tell you what it's going to be like for you, okay? So again, get very comfortable. And then when you're ready, I want you to close your eyes. And I'm just going to do this with you. Take a couple deep breaths. Just remind yourself that this isn't the place to worry about your other things you need to be doing or anything else. You're just going to be here with me and my voice. I might just turn on a little bit of music for the background so it's a little bit relaxing. Hopefully you can hear it a little bit. Notice the rise and fall of your chest. You don't need to slow your breathing down or anything like that. You can just let it be rhythmic and natural, whatever that is to you. And now just checking in with yourself. I want you to think about the thing that is weighing on you the most. The story in your head, an experience in your life that feels heavy and hard. That most difficult situation. And just feel it, recognize it, see it. And now I want you to rate it. So on a scale of 1 to 10, how intense does it feel? A 1 being that you feel safe and supported and everything is okay, and a 10 being that this is really hard. One of the hardest things I've maybe been through. It makes me anxious and upset, uncentered. And I don't want you to judge whatever number you give it, because we'll go into this mind game of, well, so-and-so has it worse. No, these are your feelings and they're valid. So I want you to be really real with that number. What is that number? Just say it in your head. And again, can you get extra comfortable? Can you close your eyes and just be where you are? And just follow my voice. And I want you to start tapping your karate chop point. And the words that I say, I want you just to repeat them in your mind. They might resonate. Some of them might not, and that's okay. Just be observant. Maybe different thoughts will come in. Maybe different feelings will come in for you, and you can tap on them. But we're going to start now. Even though I feel like life has been really hard lately, like I've been wanting certain things for myself, but they haven't been happening. I honor those feelings, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tap above your brows. Even though sometimes I feel like I'm not worthy of the things that I wish to receive. Like maybe I've done things wrong in my life. And it weighs heavy on my heart. And even though I feel this way, I honor those feelings, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tap your temples. Even though I feel like I've invested time and money into treatments, workshops, healing practices, whatever it is, I still feel like I'm struggling. And it's just starting to weigh on me more and more each day. And even though I feel this way, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tap under your eye. Even though I feel like sometimes I have to wear a mask, like I have to pretend like everything is okay when it's not. I don't really know if anybody really understands how I'm feeling, and it feels very discouraging, and it hurts. It takes me back to other painful times in my life. And even though I feel this way, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tap under your nose. Even though I feel like I do so much to better myself and my life and my relationships, I sometimes question whether it's paying off or not. And even though I feel this way, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tap your chin, take a deep breath. Even though I often feel shameful, like there's something wrong with me, like I'm not good enough, I honor those feelings and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tap your collarbone. Even though I feel like I might be undeserving of the things that I want, am I good enough? I feel like I just question it. And I just try so hard and it gets so exhausting. And even though I feel this way, I honor those feelings and I love and accept myself completely. Tap your sides. Another deep breath. Even though I feel like I'm searching for and longing for the things that I don't have, and I get stressed out, again, trying hard is really, really exhausting. I feel like all of my stressing and worrying is taking me away from what I have and what I love in my life, but I just can't seem to get rid of these nagging thoughts, these persisting stories of my worthiness, how things should be, my judgments, other people's judgments. Again, it's all just weighing really hard and heavy on me. And even though I feel this way, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tap the top of your head. Even though I feel like not everybody really gets me, maybe nobody really gets it. I don't know, but I just sometimes feel so alone, so lost, not knowing which avenue or path to be taking, that it's hard to reach out and lean on somebody. I don't want to be a burden on anybody. And even though I'm feeling this way, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. You can tap your hand. And right now we're just going to do another self-check. What's your number at right now? Has it stayed the same? Has it gone up? Has it gone down? What does it feel like to you? Now start tapping above your brows. Even though I feel like I'm comparing myself to other people and I know I shouldn't, I sometimes get caught up in it. And even though I feel this way, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tap your temples. I feel like there's a lot of pressure on me to be a certain way, to be able to do certain things. I feel like I put pressure on myself. And maybe sometimes without words, maybe other people, it feels like they put pressure on me too. I feel like I'm doing the best that I can, but sometimes that's not good enough. And even though I feel this way, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And you can tap under your eyes, just take a deep breath. Even though I feel like I question myself, I question whether what I'm doing is right, if it's wrong. I keep spinning these stories of shoulds and coulds, what ifs, and again, just getting really caught up in my mind. And that is really exhausting. and it's really wearing on me. I might seem like I'm okay, but I just don't feel okay. And even though I feel this way, I honor those feelings, and I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tap under your nose. Even though I feel like I'm told to surrender and told to trust that the universe and life is always just unfolding things as it's meant to, sometimes it just rubs me the wrong way. Sometimes it feels like a lie. It feels like something that I can't believe. I feel like I'm caught up in this balance of trying to surrender but not give up. And again, just questioning myself, what I'm doing, whether it's right or wrong. And even though I feel this way, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tap your chin. Even though I feel like sometimes I wonder, what did I do to deserve the bad things in my life, the hard times, the struggles? I don't understand why hard things happen to good people. And I just don't know how much more I can really take. For how much longer do I have to be strong? Take a deep breath. And even though I feel this way, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tap your collarbone. Even though I feel like I'm just really tired of this journey that I'm on, I don't know if I have much more left in me. I don't know if I have much more left in me to act like I'm okay when I'm really not. I want to trust that everything's going to be okay, but it's just so hard right now. And even though I feel this way, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tap your heart. Another deep breath. It's okay to feel the way that you're feeling. Even though I feel like I'm not sure of what to do, what my next right move is. I don't maybe know how to be in this struggle that I'm in. I know I'm worthy of good things, but sometimes I just forget. And sometimes I put the needs of other people ahead of my own. And again, it just gets really exhausting. And even though I feel this way, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tap your sides. Even though I have some fear around not knowing what life has in store for me, like I just like to know what's going to happen in my life, but I just don't, and it leaves me feeling so scared and out of control. Even though I feel this way, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Tap the top of your head. Even though I feel like I want certain people just to love and support me in certain ways, but I'm just not getting it the way that I want it. It's hard, and so I can express myself to the hills and back, but sometimes I still just feel like I'm not heard, like I'm not seen, like I'm not supported the way that I want to be supported. And even though I feel this way, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. You can relax your hands right now. Just take a deep breath. And now I want you to ask yourself, what number are you at now? Again, is it the same? Has it decreased? Has it increased? Where are you at? And we're going to go into our next round of tapping. And I just want you to repeat the words in your mind And I can cue you with the tapping, but eventually I'm just going to let you go with it. I might get stuck on a point. You might get stuck on a point. You can just move at it at your own rate, but let's start together. Tap your hand. Deep breath. I know that it's okay for me to feel grief, maybe some resentment, some feelings of being disheartened. I know that I have a lot of love, and now I give myself permission to give that love somewhere to go. Grief is a feeling of wanting to express love to something that you don't have. So I openly wear my heart on my sleeve and show love to the parts and people of my life that I can. You can tap above your brows. I have faith that life is working out as it's meant to. I have faith that everything is happening for its reasons. And I have faith that I am supported and I am worthy of all that I want in my life. Tap your temples. I can feel in my heart that I have hope, and hope is everything. It is a guiding force. Hope isn't something that I have to search for. It's just something I have to connect with. It's within me. And I know it's there. I am so hopeful for the things that I know that I will have in my life and the feelings I'll get to experience. Tap under your eye. Again, I have trust that everything is happening and unfolding the way that it's meant to. I can trust my life's journey. I know that I'm not alone. Tap under your nose. It feels so good just to connect with myself, the feelings I've been having, the thoughts that I've been thinking. I know that my life is a reflection of the way that I'm thinking. And so I give myself permission now to really look after myself, my thoughts and my feelings. Because our world is such a mirror of what's going on inside of us. I deserve to be nourished, loved. I deserve good things in my life. I am a good person. Tap your chin. I know that my feelings are valid and there is nothing wrong with me. I don't need fixing. I am whole and complete, and anything else in my life is just an enhancement. I am loved and all is well. Tap your collarbone. I know that along my journey, money has been a struggle, and I give myself permission again to let go of the judgment and criticism that I put on myself regards to that, because I know that money is just something that comes and goes. Sometimes we'll have less and sometimes we'll have more, so I don't need to put this pressure on myself. I'm safe and everything will be okay. Tap your heart. I release the control that I've been trying to have on my life and its circumstances. It doesn't mean that I give up. It means that I'm gracious and I'm open, I'm willing, and it's safe for me just to relax. I am whole. I am complete. I am everything that I need to be and more. Tap your sides. For whatever reason, I know that some of the best views in our life come from the hardest climbs. And though I may have struggled or I might be struggling right now, I know that this struggle isn't going to be forever. Nothing is permanent. I am deserving of good things, and I know good things come my way. Tap the top of your head. My worth is not related to the number of kids that I do or don't have. Again, I am whole and I am complete. I am worthy. I am truly amazing and capable of many blessings and miracles in my life. And I know that miracles are often just a change in perspective. I have so much to be grateful for. I love myself. I love my life. Tap your hand and just pause again. Just relax. Check in with that number. What is it? Is it lower? Is it the same? Is it higher? Just check in. No judgment. And now I want you just to relax your hands. You can relax them at your side, or you can hold it on your heart, wherever you're feeling it. I like holding my hand on my heart. Take a deep breath. And again, just feel yourself connected to who you really are. We are not our limitations. We are not our fears. We are so much more than that. And I feel like we're so much more than we even give ourselves credit. Look at all the things you've done in your life and you've overcome. You are amazing. And somewhere along the way, you might have forgotten, but not anymore. Keep your eyes closed. Keep connecting. I know that the universe and so many people have my back. I give myself permission to nurture, nourish, and even mother myself. I deserve it. Just connecting with yourself and your breath still. I am me, and that is enough. I let go of any thoughts that are not loving and supportive. I let go of things that don't serve me and make space for the new possibilities of my life. I know that I deserve to shine, and I know that a lot of my purpose is to shine my light. I know I am very deserving of the good things that I wish to welcome in my life. And I want you just to take a moment to think of all the spectacular things about you. And we all have amazing things about us. I know that trust lives within me, and I don't need to generate new trust. I just need to connect with what I already have. Everything that we need and are meant to have will happen on time. It might not be when we want it or how we want it, but I know everything will happen as we need it. I surrender my expectations, and I tap into this trust and surrender and feel that everything is okay, and I'm so grateful for what I have right now. I am loved. All is well. You can just relax right now. If you feel like you've really gone away, you can wiggle your toes and fingers. You can sigh, whatever. Maybe give yourself a full body stretch. Whatever it is. And eventually, when you're ready and no rush, you can open your eyes. And that was a bit of an experience of what tapping is. Again, for a group, it's more generalized thoughts, things that are said or felt, but on a more one-on-one, there's more things to dig into. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope that you got what you needed, and I just have lots of love for you guys. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'm always here to support one-on-one too if you want to further explore things within yourself, so that you can further release, further heal, and just come into living our best life. We all deserve it so much. Thanks so much.
Hey, I have one question for you. I don't see any online or in Zoom. So again, if anybody has questions, let me know. I'm just curious as to like how often to do this. Is this like something you should be doing every day, like a maintenance? I don't know what word to use there. Or is it like you just tap when you're feeling anxious and you feel like you need it?
That's a really great question. And I don't have a totally set answer for it because we are individuals, right? And I really, like I said at the beginning, it is so important for us to honor that if we are individuals, what is right for someone else is not what's right for us. So I'm going to tell you about some options and you can feel out what's best for you. Now, when I first started this journey with tapping and emotional freedom technique, I started off doing it every day, twice a day for about 2 weeks. And that's when I noticed, we understand that our brains are like a muscle, right? And the more that you can do something to help train and activate a new level of consciousness and thinking, that's the game changer. So what I did it for about 5 to 10 minutes a day, every day. And so what it eventually, I started using it because I was high strung, super anxious, like so many things would just send me over the edge. And so I started to use it to try to train my brain that it's safe to feel the way that I feel, and that it doesn't need to protect me. I can be as I am, right? And so when I did it twice a day, every day for about 2 weeks, I can remember this pivotal moment where I was standing in the grocery store and I thought I was going to have a panic attack. And I started tapping my leg as I was in the line. And I said, even though I feel anxious and like I'm going to lose it at any moment, I honor those feelings and I love and accept myself completely. It went away and I was just like, holy shit, I'm a new person.
That's powerful though. And it's so cool to know what situations you need it in. And you're right, everybody is individual. So you know like what's best for you. That's really cool. I see a question on Zoom here. The question is, do you offer this as a group session anyway in the future?
Yeah, and I've actually was just playing around with this today. I'm hoping to offer a bit of like an online support group soon, where we get together once a week and I offer some wisdom, some encouragement, and a weekly tool and practice for us to just enhance our life and to further our healing. So that's what I'm hoping to do. And I can definitely put that out there with you, Kelly. And if people would like to join up for it, they can. As for just a tapping like support group, that isn't something that I have, but it is something that I work with people one-on-one. And if you haven't experienced tapping one-on-one and you'd like to, let me tell you, it is, like I said, a total game changer. It's great to have a group experience, but a one-on-one, you really get to your stuff. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's so specific to you, right? It's exactly what's going on with you. Yeah, no, then that makes sense.
Because we all have a level of trauma in our life where we've had things happen to us or things are happening to us. And if we can access some deeper knowledge and wisdom around it, again, perspective is everything. It really is.
So cool. So cool. That was so awesome. I'm going to have to listen to it again because I was doing parts of it and then I was like, oh, is there any questions? So I was looking quick. So I did. I got like bits and pieces of it, and it was still
Yeah.
amazing. So I can't even imagine what it's going to be like when I actually sit or lay in bed and enjoy it fully. So Morgan, thank you so much for your time today. We at Fertility Matters Canada really appreciate it. For any of you guys watching, please follow us on Instagram, Facebook. We're active on Twitter this week as well. We are hashtagging this week CIAW 2020 and We See You 2020 as well. So thank you so much, Morgan. We will see you guys all later.
Thanks, everybody. Love being here.
Bye.